Today we are going to discuss about the introduction and historical development, psychiatric nursing. Okay, so just the first chapter, Unit 1 is the related to the introduction and historical development.
Yes,
So,
sir.
first of all, we will discuss about what is the definition of mental health. What is mean by mental health? So here, Karl Menninger in 1893, he defined mental health as it is the adjustment to the human beings, to the world, and to each other with maximum of effectiveness and happiness. So that is the definition by Karl Menninger. So what is the definition? So it is the adjustment to the human beings. So we are adjusting to the with our environment, with the society, with each and others. In every situations, we are adjusting. We are coping with the life stresses also. So nowadays, it is a pandemic conditions. You people are adjusted with that conditions. Why? How you can adjust with that condition? Because you people are mentally healthy. So that is the meaning of mental health or definition of mental health. Once again, it is the adjustment to the human being, to the world, and to each other with the maximum of effectiveness and happiness. Adjusting with the happiness. So that is the definition. Then second definition by the WHO, World Health Organization, in 2014. They defined the mental health as a. We'll go for next definition according to WHO, World Health Organization. What they are saying, mental health is defined as a state of well-being, a well-being feeling in which every person realizes one's own potential to able to cope with the normal stresses of life. Life, there is no life without stress. In everybody's life, stresses are there, but we have to cope with that stress, isn't it? Yeah, also able to work productively or fruitfully and is able to make a valuable contribution to the community. So now it is disturbed, physical classes is disturbed. So we know that you can't come here and we can't take the class in physical presence. So what we people are doing, we try to find out an alternative way. We started our online classes. So that's where, that is the meaning. Can you say some characteristics of a mentally healthy person? Anyone characteristics? One by one. So first characteristics is that she or he has an ability to make adjustments, isn't it? You people are came from in abroad and you are adjusted with this climate. So because you are mentally healthy, you can adjust with the situations, isn't it? You are going to complete 2 years. So what is the,
Yes.
so this is the one of the ability to make adjustment in any situations. Then second one is the she or he has a sense of potential worth, feels worthwhile and important. Has a sense of potential worth, worthy feeling, or feels worthwhile in every activity. That is very, very important. And third one is she or he solve his problems largely by his own effort and make his own decision. I already told you, in everyday life you have to face lot of problems. But as a mentally healthy person, what he or she will do, she can solve his problem in any extent, largely by his own effort. His maximum take her or his own effort and make his own decisions. That people are saying mentally healthy. To of course, what is the meaning? Solve the problems by their own efforts, isn't it? Or take their own decisions. The next is the she or he has a sense of personal security and feels secure in a group. isn't it? So you just imagine if you people are came in this uh, if you are going in any other place or any other area or any other countries, and you if you are feeling a sense of personal security and feel secure in a group, we need to create in our own that feelings. So that is the one of the quality of a mentally healthy person, isn't it? The next is the she or he shows understanding of other problems and motives. You have to solve your problems, also you have to understand the others problems and motives also, isn't it? She can give and accept love, so already you said. So those who can give love and also accept love, so that is also characteristics. She or he lives in a world of reality rather than fantasy. That is very, very important. You want to live in reality, not in fantasy every day. So dreams is necessary for achieving something in your life. But every day, every time, every moment you are living in a dreams. So that is not a good quality. That is not a healthy quality, mentally healthy quality. So you want to live in the world of reality. The next continuation characteristics of the mentally healthy person. So again, he or she shows some emotional maturity in his behavior and develop capacity to tolerate frustration and disappointment in his daily life. So you know that. So you want to show some emotional maturity in your behavior. So also tolerate the frustration and this. So I already told you in your surrounding you will get lot of problems, isn't it? Lot of frustrations and a lot of disappointments. So a lot of stresses you will get from your environment. So you can't avoid that problems, isn't it? It is there in your environment. But what is the main thing? You have to show some emotional maturity and you have to solve these problems in every time, isn't it? The next one is the she or he has developed a philosophy of life that gives meaning and purpose of daily activity. You have to keep some philosophy in your life. I will do this. This is my philosophy. I will do these things only. So every time you have some philosophy in life and the meaning and purpose of his daily activity. According to your philosophy, you will do your daily activities also. Clear? And she has a or he has a variety of interest and generally lives a well-balanced life of work, rest and recreation. So it's not like that you are focusing on in any one particular area. So everything is important. Entertainment is also important, rest is also important, work is also important, fun is also important. So everything. So but you have to maintain a balance in your life, isn't it? So these are the characteristics of mentally healthy person. All of you clear? I think it's very simple only. All the characteristics, it's clear. Now mental health is already over. Next is the definition of mental illness. So if you know the definition of mental health, that is the opposite is the mental illness, isn't it? So mental illness is a maladjustment in living. So mental health is adjustment in living. Then mental illness is a maladjustment in living. It produces a disharmony in the person's ability to meet human needs comfortably or effectively and function within a culture. So nothing else. What is the definition of mental health? Sorry, mental illness. Mental illness is a maladjustment. So the person is unable to adjust in his daily activities or daily living. So what happened? Maladjustment, it produces disharmony in the person's ability to meet human needs comfortably or effectively and functions within a culture. So just imagine, just visualize a mentally illness person. Those maybe you people are seeing. somewhere in the uh, market, cities or roads also, some people are wandering, so they are not mentally fit, isn't it? Otherwise, maybe you people are seen in the hospital also. So in the GNM time, yeah, of course, in during the GNM time, you people are seen the psychiatric patients. So what happened? What is the so you can see these characteristics. They are not adjusted with their living. So what happened? It produces a disharmony in the ability to meet the human needs, daily activities, how that people are doing brushing, bathing, eating, everything is disturbed, isn't it? Exercise, how they are, that people are doing the exercise. So everything is entirely different from the normal peoples, how the normal peoples are doing. So every is entirely different. So that is the definition of mental illness. Once again, I am going to repeat. Mental illness is a maladjustment in living. Okay, what happened? Maladjustment in living. It produces a disharmony in the person's ability to meet daily activities. That's all. The next definition. Mental and behavioral disorders are understood as clinically significant conditions characterized by alteration in thinking, mood, or behavior associated with personal distress and impaired functioning. So this is some one of the definition scientifically. Some terminologies they are used. So what is the mental and behavioral disorder? Clinically significant condition. So it is a clinically diagnosed condition. Okay. What are the characteristics of a mentally illness? It is a characteristic the alteration in thinking, disturbance in thinking, disturbance in the mood, isn't it? Happiness, sadness. So that is the disturbance in the mood or behavior, disturbance in the behavior. These are associated with the personal distress and impaired functioning. So these are the definition of mental illness. Clear? Second, second one, once again I will repeat, it is clinically diagnosed. Mental illness means it is clinically diagnosed, or behavioral disorder are understood as a clinically significant conditions. What are all the characteristics? Alteration in thinking, mood, or behavior. So that's all. So it will leads to impaired functioning. Okay. The next is the evolution of mental health service. Okay, this one is the last today's last topic: evolution of mental health services and treatment. So, if you are if you are discussing about the evolution of mental health services, means please unmute your audio. So first, the personality is the Pythagoras. 580 to 510 BC. He lived in this during this period. What he did? What are the first concept? He developed the concept that the brain is the seat of intellectual activity. You just remember the person who lived in 580 to 510 BC, not in AD. So please unmute your audio. 580 to 510 BC, that time itself, he says that the brain is the seat of intellectual activity. What you people are saying, it is right?
Yes.
Yes, brain is the seat of intellectual activity. We can't imagine that time there is no technology, nothing is there. So during that period itself, Pythagoras is developed the concept that brain is the seat of intellectual activity. Any hospitals are there during that period? So very. The next one is the Hippocrates. Again in after Pythagoras, 460 to 370 BC. He described mental illness as a hysteria, mania, and depression. See, nowadays also in some areas, isn't it? They are considering this mental illness is the because of God punishment, because of demons, isn't it? Because of ghost, likewise, isn't it? Black magic, because of black magic. Likewise, concept nowadays also is uh, is there in some areas, isn't it? In India also, in some areas, I know. So listen, in Hippocrates, in that BC, during 460 to 370, that time he described mental illness as a hysteria, mania, and depression. How great he is, isn't it? So that is the second personality. Next is the, who is this? Any idea?
Hippocrates.
Plato. 427 and 347 BC identified the relationship between mind and body. Do you think there is any relationship between mind and body?
Yes.
Yes, of course, isn't it? So we come to know that this time only. But the Plato, in during that period, he says that there is a relationship between mind and body. If mind have any problem, it will affect your physical health. If your physical health have, if physically you have any problem, it will affect your mind also, isn't it? Then who is this? Okay, Asclepius, who is referred to as the father of psychiatry, made so what he did. So Asclepius, remember this Asclepius, he is referred to as the father of psychiatry, and made what he did. He made use of simple hygienic measures, diet, bath, massage in place of mechanical restraints. So before that, some practices are followed. What is the chaining? Mechanical restraints are used for the psychiatric patients. But what he did, he come and he will start some for the patients. He started some hygienic measures, bathing or brushing, isn't it? Normal hygienic measures and diet. He started to give the diet also, so and massage also in place of mechanical restraints. So he find out that there is a lot of improvement in this case. So